Sometimes you just crave a Big Mac. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. Hormones. I seem to only crave these things once a month. Listen, take a bite. And they hot too, ain't they? Mmm. I just went to the drive-thru and the cute little black girl whispered to me, "Would you like a straw?" And I thought that was a little weird, but I didn't say nothing to her. I was like, yes. And she said, "I just got yelled at for asking a customer if they want a straw." Now listen, I understand the cost of everything, you know, and the managers are trying to have costs. But if you don't want us to have straws anymore, don't offer them. And don't yell at these poor little teenagers. Look at that. Don't yell at these poor little teenagers working Father's Day about a straw. Poor girl was scared to ask me if I wanted a straw, and I definitely did. Sorry, I was looking at somebody dumpster diving. Or dumpster dumping. You know, it's just you crave that Big Mac once a month and you just gotta get it. What was the song that went to it? Lettuce and cheese and double patty, sesame seed bun. Something like that us kids used to say when we used to jump rope. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. So good. What are you guys doing today? It's Father's Day. I hope you're taking time to appreciate the man in your life that raised your kids. And appreciating your daddies today, your fathers. My father passed away when I was a child, so this has always been one of those holidays where I never got to celebrate. Mm. 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 Lots of graduations happened today, too. Mm. I think I mistakenly got a high C orange drink. Or no, Fanta orange instead of high C orange. And those who know, know. They're two different oranges. But we'll make it work. It's been gloomy here in Seattle for 2 days, 3 days straight, and cold. So I'm glad to see the sun is finally out. I had my car worked on today. Oh my God. Listen to this. So on Friday, when I was getting up and going to the gym, my side running boards got stuck out, which was very strange to me because this particular door that I had open, it had never retracted and retracted. I just thought that was something with the car. never bothered me because I don't have passengers normally. So when it popped out on Friday, I was like, oh wow, that's never popped out. Great. Not knowing it was going to ruin my weekend. This is Friday the 13th, mind you. So this happens at 5 o'clock in the morning. Luckily, my friend's husband, where I park, was getting up and going to work. So he helped me disconnect the battery on one side, which is all I thought I needed until, you know, stores started opening and I started troubleshooting and figure out what's going on. Little did I know that I should have disconnected both of them, because then my battery completely drained. And I had to use my jackery to get it going. Okay, that's fine. Go to this auto mechanic shop. Mind you, I've been to this auto mechanic shop with my friend earlier in the week for her car. And she seemed to have, you know, good things to say about them so far. So I was like, okay, I'll go. No problem. My friend's already been here. He seemed like he helped her, gave her a couple of different options. Let me go see what's up. Plus, he's a towing company, and it's always good to have a tow company in your back pocket, which is now another issue of concern. So I go there. First thing he does, I tell him exactly what happened. First thing he does is says, oh, well, it moved while you were driving. I was like, oh, really? He said, oh, well, maybe it's fixed. And I was like, oh, well, maybe because I was coming to see you, it starts working again. And he was like, oh, you would be surprised how much that happens to mechanics. When people bring their car here, then all of a sudden it starts working again. But then it went back to not working and all my cab lights staying on. So my running boards were staying out, which meant all my cab lights were staying on, which was then draining my battery. So, tell him that. Now, mind you, before I even get to the mechanics, I'm not stupid, simple, or slow. I did my homework. I watched like 8 hours of YouTube videos. I called many different male friends I had. I called a couple of female friends that I had to get advice before I start going to the mechanic. Because mind you, I couldn't even go and see him until 3 p.m. So I had from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. to watch YouTube videos, do research, talk to AI, go to the Ford website, go to the Lincoln website, narrow down the problem. I knew exactly it was the door ajar piece, the bracket. I mean, thank God for YouTube University. So I went in there knowing what it was. He says, no, that's not what it is. It's not in the door. It's something in the motor. I say, oh, okay. He then takes apart the motor, says it's the motor, tests the motor still works. And he's like, I don't know. I'm still able to command it through my code reader. I don't know what's going on. And I'm looking at him like, dude, I already told you what's going on. I don't know why you're trying to disconnect the motor and my cab lights are still on. So then he reconnects it and says, oh, I'll just disable it so it doesn't ground out anything. And I'm like, okay. Then tells me the motors are discontinued. And I see that on mine as well. I'm trying to film. Then he tells me that I might have to send the motor out to some place in Florida to get rebuilt. And it's going to take all these weeks and all these people and all these extra steps. I'm like, okay, that's still weird. I'm me trusting him still, because why would he lie? Why would he lie? Me trusting him still. I'm like, okay, fine. Whatever you say do, I'll do. Because I just want my car to run. Because I don't like having to unplug my battery every time I stop somewhere. Replug it back. You know, that's embarrassing and it's dangerous and I don't like it. I shouldn't have to do that. This should be an easy fix. The fix that I told you about. The fix that I seen on AI. The fix that I seen on the websites. He's telling me no. It's not it. I say, okay. I leave. Don't pay him anything. He says, come back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to start working on your car. Great. Fantastic. That whole night again, I still doing my research. Find out a little bit more information that this happens with this year of car. It's a common Ford issue. So I'm going in there the next day with even more knowledge. Oh no, he don't like that. Go in there at 11 o'clock, thinking that he's going to be working on my car. I get myself all ready to sit there for a couple hours while he's working on it. Because mind you, I live in my car. I have a whole bed back there. So, I walk in. Now mind you, the whole morning before, I had to go to the gym to go shower, go work out. Unplug my battery, replug it back in. Had to go to the post office, unplug my battery, replug it back in. So I've had to do steps in order to get to this man's establishment the whole morning anyway. Get there at 11 o'clock, 10:59 to be exact. Walk in with a great attitude, even have a little cup of coffee in my hand, ready to sit there for a couple hours. He then tells me, oh, this part's so rare to find. They've discontinued it. You won't be able to find it anywhere. Yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, what? Because before I came there, I Googled the part and where it was at and where it could be get. South Tacoma Way AutoZone. Down the street. So I'm like, huh? What? He's like, yeah. Well, just going to have to wait till Monday. We might call the dealer and they may not have it. And I'm like, huh? Okay. Why didn't he call me and tell me this instead of me coming down there? Was there for 2 minutes left. And I said, okay. I again not thinking he's a liar at this point still. Me still giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, let me do a little bit more research. Let me call AutoZone, let me see this, see that. I'm going to have to wait until a week. This is just going to be something that I have to do. Call Napa, they got my part. Call AutoZone, they got my part. Amazon got my part. Everybody has my part. This rare part, found at 3 different locations close to me. I screenshot this, send it to him. I'm like, is this not the part? I found it close to me. I think this is the part. He says, no. That's not the part. I say, okay. I then go discuss it with a male friend of mine. I'm like, hey, I sent them this. He's like, that is the part. Because then he's looking in his state, because he's in a different state. He's looking in his state to see if he can find the part. He sends me a screenshot of what his auto person said was my part. It's the exact same part that I said. He was like, that guy's, he's not telling you the truth. I said, okay, don't even worry about it. I then said, we're done. Tomorrow morning, we're going to Firestone. We're going to see what this is officially, give them a little bit of knowledge, and see what they say. I go right in there, tell them what I think it is. Guy comes out and says, yeah, you're right, it's a jab switch. What? He said, oh yeah, we'll have it done in an hour. So this is the same part that was so rare that couldn't be found. Baby, this part could not be found anywhere. Do you hear me? Baby, make sure you get your second opinions. Because these mechanics, I don't know if it's because I'm a black woman or a woman, period. But they out to get you. I'm full. I have tons of fries left. I'm more of a Big Mac person than their fries. But I had to share that with you. So we're back on the road. We're back to vlogging. We're back to actually doing this. We got a new phone now, so there's no excuse. Love you, bye.